everybody, my name is EK and welcome back to some more old school RuneScape. So we are continuing the Kourend quest chain today, and I was thinking, do I want to do them top down? No, what I want to do is I want to do these quests by release. Yes, that's a reference to a show I haven't actually seen yet, but I heard it's successful, so I might as well copy it, okay? So here we go, let's check out these quests. So we have the Queen of Thieves, which was 2017. Then we had the Depths of Despair, which also was 2017. Then we have Tale of the Righteous, which is 2018, and then we have the Forsaken Tower and the Ascent of Arceus. So let's do the Tale of the Righteous today, so we can do them in a proper order. Also, it requires Strength and Mining, two skills that I very much do enjoy. So let's talk to Phileas Rimor, and we say good day. Hello there, not very often I get visitors. What brings you here? So who are you? My name is Phileas Rimor. I was once a soldier in the Shayzien army, but now I am retired. Do you need help with anything? Well, let me think. You know, there is something I wouldn't mind some help with. Great, what is it? When I was a boy, my grandfather would tell me the story of my ancestors, Magnus Rimor. He was a great explorer who lived 1,000 years ago. One day, Magnus was approached by none other than King Shayzien VII himself, and of course we learned about him in the previous video. The king asked him to lead an expedition to explore Mount Kidamortum in the Kibos lowlands. Alas, according to records, the party never returned and were declared to have perished in the field. That's very interesting and all, but why are you telling me this? A few days ago I received a parcel. There was no name on it and I never saw the person that delivered it. Inside I found something truly fascinating. What was it? There was an old journal along with a note. The note claims that the journal was stolen from the Tower of Magic during the uprising against Xeric. See, I love how we had the whole lore breakdown in the previous video, because now we know what this is all about. But that's not all. Apparently the journal was written by King Shayzien VII himself. Again, really great and all, but I still don't see where I come into this. Most of the journal is illegible, but I've still managed to find a few readable extracts. Listen to this one. Kidamortum's creatures are compatible. The experimentation is proving successful, and we will soon be ready to mass produce. So, that extract had a date in the 37th decade, but the expedition was declared a failure in the 36th decade. If the expedition truly was a failure, why was the king writing about Kidamortum years later? Maybe there was another expedition? Maybe, or maybe someone wasn't telling the truth about that expedition. Regardless, I must find out what really happened. Can you help me? Yes, what do you need? We need to find out more about that expedition. The Library Historical Archive should have records on it. Talk to Archeo in the RC's library. He can take you there. Alright, I was literally there last time, but I guess I'll go back there. That doesn't sound too hard. Leave it with me. Alright, let's go back there. I'm very invested in this world, and by world I mean Kourend in particular. Okay, so it seems Pagida has some new dialogue related to the quest. I have a question about King Shayzien VII. What do you wish to know? I'm trying to find out more about the expedition he ordered to Mount Kidamortum. I'm afraid I don't have any information on that expedition. You're probably better off talking to one of the others. I could tell you about the king's work on the Tower of Magic though. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Fire away. During the time of King Shayzien VII, the Tower of Magic was the seat of power in Kourend. The king spent a lot of his time at the tower, more than any other ruler. In fact, he oversaw the construction of various new sections, most notably the prison. When was this? Well, now that I think about it, it was around the same time as the expedition you were asking about. That said, I doubt the two are connected. I see. Would it be possible to visit the prison? Well, the prison is abandoned and has been for many years, so I suppose there is no harm in letting you see it. Be aware that the magic in that part of the tower is a bit unstable, so any items left in the prison will be lost. Would you like me to teleport you there now? Yes, please. Alright, so that does sound like when I die I can't retrieve my items. However, I am a sufficiently high combat level that I'm convinced that I won't need food, and I am a badass, okay? Very well, prepare yourself. Here we go, we teleport someplace to Superstition. Ooh! cool looking prison. I like the prison. There's a strange device that we can attack. There's cyan crystals, magenta crystals, white crystals, and yellow crystals. To me, you know, cyan and magenta are like unique colors. No, they're not blue and they're not purple. They're magenta and cyan. And then we have white and yellow, who are just like way more like basic colors. Okay, let's read the quest as well. So I spoke to Phileas Rimor in Shayzien. He recently received a parcel containing evidence to suggest that his ancestor Magnus Rimor was murdered during an expedition to Mount Quidamortum many years ago. He asked me to visit the Library Historical Archive to learn more about this expedition. I spoke to Bagida in the Library Historical Archive. He didn't have any information on the expedition, but did agree to let me access the Tower of Magic prison, which was built around the time the expedition took place. I should explore the prison to see what I can find. So I can attack the strange device. What does that do? A red thing appears? Wait, hold on. Is it the same on all sides? That's also red? Okay, so it seems to shoot a red bolt of fire or something opposite the direction I'm smacking. Okay. Oh, we can push it. Alright, let's inspect these crystals. This crystal is yellow. It's imbued with a strange power. Well, let's say the same thing for all of these. This one is cyan. It's imbued with a strange power. Yes, okay. So there's a cell gate that I can open or potentially open. The cell gates just won't budge. They seem to be bound by a strange power. Okay, I think I see what I'm doing here. So this thing, I can stand right here. I can push it. Is this the first time we are doing a push puzzle, by the way, guys? Yeah, I think this mechanic is indeed new, at least new to me in RuneScape. So, attack strange device, and now this should shoot... Oh, it doesn't? Can I just keep hitting it? Hit it harder? Okay, that doesn't work. Okay. Is there anything else here that I can interact with? Oh, can I shoot these crystals, maybe? Okay, I can hit these crystals. Does it do anything, though? I'm not sure. What if I now also hit the cyan crystal? Oh, wait, the cyan has turned white. Hold on, two of them are now white. Hold on. And now what if I hit the magenta? Will that one reset? No. What if I now try and hit the yellow crystal, maybe? I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking to achieve, but at least it has something to do with me shooting orbs at crystals. Okay, let's try to shoot at the yellow one and see what happens. Nothing. What if I shoot at the white one? Nothing happens. I can inspect the white crystal again. Maybe it does something. This crystal is pure and white. It has been cleansed. Oh. That means this one has also been cleansed? Can I now open up some sort of door, maybe? No. There's a lock where I have to disable all of them, I think. But how do I disable the other two? Because it seems I can't. Wait, search skeleton. You find a note next to the skeleton, you take it. Ooh, a note! A dusty note. Of all the traps in the Tower of Magic, this one has got to be the strangest. It's used to keep the cell gates locked, but it's like no lock I've ever seen. The crystals are the key. When all of them are cleansed, the gates will open. The strange device can be used to cleanse them, provided it is powered with the right amount of energy. The right amount of energy? What if I shoot the magenta one from this angle? Does that change anything? So shoot the magenta one from right here. Okay, nothing seems to happen. Maybe the yellow one from right over there. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but trial and error has always been my best friend when it comes to puzzle solving. Okay, so I have a potential theory. It is the Tower of Magic, and it's said that the strange device needs to be charged. So naturally what I think is maybe I need to attack it with magic. You know, Tower of Magic, charging it with elemental powers, like, it makes a lot of sense. But if I go over to the quest, there isn't a magic requirement. So that means that it would have to be a level 1 spell, which I'm not sure is the key, but it's the only thing I can think of right now. Fortunately, there is a bank pretty close by. Oh, when you come back here, it seems to reset. Okay. Oh wait, you don't have enough chaos runes to cast this spell. Wait, what spell am I on? I just want to choose a wind strike. Okay, what if I... Okay, it turns into water. Okay, so I think first I want to just... Okay, yes, yeah, so depending on... I don't think it's depending on the element. I think it's depending on the attack I'm using. Hold on, if I do pound. Okay, so it seems every melee strike gives me a red one, even with a magic weapon. But when I'm using wind strike, it turns into a blue one. And there's 3 options. Will I need ranged as well? All 3 styles? Okay, let's push it. Let's push it and just see what happens. Okay, so we push it again. We use bash. And with bash we trigger this one, because this one seems to respond to the red one. Then this one maybe responds to that. Oh, I can even level magic like this. Not that it's good. Okay, that doesn't work. But can I use this on the yellow one then maybe? Unless a different spell of a different element gives me a different bolt as well. But I don't see how this one turns blue. Like wind turns blue. That doesn't make any sense to me. That worked as well. Okay, yes. So my guess is the magenta crystal. Can I examine it even more? I can't, right? No. I'm guessing I need to use ranged for that one, so I use all 3 different styles. Either that, or I need to use different elemental runes. So what I'll do is I'll just bring both. I'll bring a different spell, and I'll bring ranged, and we'll have every single option available, and then we should be able to solve it, I think. I'm just so glad the bank is somewhat close, so I don't have to run back and forth like a million miles every time I want to try something. Alright, so let's see if I choose water strike, and I cast it on this. Okay, it's still blue. But now, what if I equip the willow shortbow and the bronze... Oh, wait. Oh, no, I took bronze bolts. Oh, wait, I have ogre arrows still on me. Beautiful. Oh, but I don't have an ogre bow. And I brought random bolts instead of arrows. Oh. Okay, we're back. All right, we're back again. So, ranged. Let's see. Wait, is that a different color? That's like green or yellow or something. Okay, so I think we have it. So, I push this thing back over. I hit it from this side. That turns off. Okay. Now I go melee. And I slap it here. And now we hit yellow with magic. Oh wait, but there's a mining requirement and I haven't brought a pickaxe. Ooh, I might need one of those. But I don't know if I come back later, if it's going to be reset again. I don't know if I need to like stay in here or if this is everything in this area. So I guess we'll see later. So let's see. We have the staff. We use a wind strike on that thing. And there we go. That's all of them purified. That door has opened. The other ones haven't, but that is fine because I guess we want something from this skeleton over here. You notice some writing carved into the floor beside the skeleton. Lizards on the mountain. Do not trust the king. The altar is a lie. I should tell Phileas about this. Alright, so we go back to Phileas, who is of course in Shayzien. And on my way there, I will bring a pickaxe, because I probably will need it at some point, given the mining requirement. I think this is the first house I've seen, by the way, where these walls are not just straight, but they're rotated a little bit, and then the door is here, like it's a little alcove kind of thing, and I quite like that. I mean, I don't think you like that in your room, because like it takes away a usable wall, really, but I guess this guy used it quite well by putting a table there and putting a chair there. I think he did quite well, you know, this guy knows his interior design. Alright, let's talk to him again. Good day. Hello again, how is your quest going? So, I went to the library's historical archive and I found out that King Shayzien VII ordered the construction of a prison there around the same time the expedition was taking place. I investigated the prison and in one of the cells I found a strange message. What did it say? Lizards on the mountain. Do not trust the king. The altar is a lie. Lizards on the mountain? So it was true. Someone did return from an expedition. Do you think it was Magnus? Impossible to say, I'm afraid. That's a shame. I would have liked to have known what happened to him. That's one to dwell on later though. For now, we need to work out our next steps. Next steps? Absolutely. We now know for sure that someone returned from an expedition, but we still don't really know why. We need to find out. But why does it matter? This all happened 1,000 years ago. Anyone involved is long dead now. That doesn't mean it doesn't matter. This isn't just a chance to discover the truth about my ancestor. We also have the chance to expose the treachery of a former king. Okay, I see you feel strongly about this. What do you need me to do? If we're going to find out what happened on that expedition, we're going to have to retrace its route. And by we, I mean you. Yeah, I had a feeling that would be the case. First things first, you will need to talk to Lord Shayzien. He's ordered that any research work done on the mountain be approved by him first. You'll find him in the war tent in the Shayzien encampment to the north. I guess I'll be on my way then. Alright, so remember the first time I came here I said, hey guys, we're not going to be looking at the war encampment right now because there was too much to look at and I didn't want to, you know, fill it up with more stuff that didn't really matter at that moment in time. But right now we do have to go there and explore that area, which is quite nice. So I guess I can go in through this area here, and then somewhere in this war tent will be the king, the leader guy. I entered the Tower of Magic prison and managed to unlock one of the cells. Inside I found a skeleton and a strange message about lizards carved into the floor. I told Phileas about the message and he's now convinced that someone survived the expedition. He'd like me to conduct an expedition of my own to try and find out what the original team discovered. I will need to get permission from Lord Shayzien to conduct research on Mount Kinemortum. I can find him in the war tent in the Shayzien encampment. Alright, so this is the Shayzien encampment. We haven't been in here yet. Whole lot of soldiers. Okay, so a little bit about me as a kid. I used to absolutely love red and black, like especially combined. Like they're my two favorite colors, but combined they're beautiful. And I distinctly remember playing Need for Speed Underground 2, I believe it was, on the GameCube, and you had the ability to get a red car with bright red flames on it, and that was the best thing in the world. Just a sports car, fully black, red flames. That was my jam for every single car I ever made in that game, and this reminds me of that. So the war tent, hold on, was it? It's over there. It's a big tent. All right, let's head over to the big tent. I do like this place though. It looks cool. It looks really cool. Okay, so this is the war tent, I guess, or no, never mind, that is the war tent. That's much bigger. General Killian and General Babacus, General Solara. Hold on, it is here, right? The war tent, yes. And we are looking for Shayzien. Shiro, my friend, not the guy from Guild Wars 1, but someone else. Are you here? I can talk to General Babacus though, and I guess all of these, but this one's at the head of the table, so he must be the most important. Please do not disturb our deliberations. What are you deliberating? Lord Shayzien wishes us to draw upon contingency plans for various scenarios in the ongoing war against the Lizardmen. If they ever succeed in cutting us off from Lovakenji, our supply lines will be severely constrained, and I must work on alternative plans. So please, do not disturb us further. I'll leave you to it. Alright, these guys say the same thing. As you can see, we are busy. What do you want? What is all this paper for? This paper, as you call it, contains strategies for use in the war against the Lizardmen. The details are a military secret, so do not ask any more questions. Fair enough. And what about General Killian? Or is it Killian? I think it's Killian. What brings you here? Curiosity. What are you doing? I'm just leafing through some designs, waiting for the others to decide what's needed. It's taken them a while, but there's sure to be some engineering involved in whatever they decide. So this is the engineer, I guess. Okay, thanks. So they're all just deliberating, you know? They are spending a lot of time doing that. I still see these built inconspicuous crate kind of things, and I still don't know exactly what they are. You need a saw and a hammer in order to build a stash unit here. I have no idea what that is. Okay, let's see. Can I find... This is Guinea. Might as well talk to Guinea as well and see what's going on here. I'm busy here. Do you need something? Please tell me about what you're doing. Gangs. It's the gangs from the slums in Port Pesrillius. Those ruffians are always hatching schemes, whether it's smuggling or extortion or even plain street violence. I'm in charge of our gang informants. Sometimes one of them will let us know when the gang is meeting. Then we can send in the troops and get them. Like the Kourend saviors or whatever they were called. Can I help? That will be very welcome. Gang meeting information is written on the notice board when it's received. When you see a meeting announced there, go and deal with them. If they drop any document, bring them to me for an extra reward. Do you know any of these meetings now? We've received reports of a gang meeting in a ruin south of the Giant Pit. We believe the meeting will start in about 8 minutes. Wait, is this some sort of event system? Like an early dynamic event kind of thing, where This is a giant pit, so I guess I could go there and something might happen in 8 minutes. I don't really want to spend time on that now, but it's something I'll definitely check out later. So, am I just missing something? I can find him in the war tent. Is this not the... that is the war tent. Okay, he must be in here somewhere. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, I can go upstairs. Okay, that is it. That is what I'm missing. It's the upstairs area. Here we go. Yes, Lord Shiro Shayzien. Hello, sir. Hello. What do you need, citizen? I would like to perform some research on Mount Kinemortum, but I need your permission to do so. Quite right. Kinemortum is a dangerous place, and I don't want to be ordering my troops on any unnecessary rescue missions. I mean, to be fair, I am not your troops. So, tell me about your research. Many years ago, there was an expedition to Kinemortum ordered by King Shayzien VII. The expedition supposedly ended in failure. But I have reason to believe that wasn't the case. I think something was discovered on that expedition. I want to find out what that was. Fair enough, I will approve your research on one condition. What is it? If you discover anything, you will bring it to me first. King Shayzien VII was my ancestor, and I want to be made aware of any discoveries that would present him in a bad light. But surely the library should be made aware of any important discoveries. They will be made aware, but only after I have reviewed the discoveries first. Fair enough. That's kind of like, you know, he's going to be allowed to impact the review, you know, like it's kind of like giving a company the ability to review your work before it's published. No, you want, if it's an opinion-based thing, you want the facts to be out there, you know. And I know I said facts and opinion at the same time, but, you know, you guys catch my drift. You know, I'm not making a good point right now. Excellent. Consider your research approved. If you require assistance with your work, I'd recommend talking to historian Duffy on Kinemortum. He's been researching the mountain for a while. Good luck, citizen. Alright, so now we get to go to Kinemortum, and I did see last time that we have to go right here. Now, there are some pathways we can take, I think. But I reckon the best one is just leave here and then go through here and go over the Shayzien wall and then head into the Lizardman settlement. At which point we might have to fight some Lizardmen, but that sounds fun to me because I have yet to see these guys. Alright, see you guys at the Shayzien wall. Alright, here we go. March of the Shayzien. Let's have a listen to it as I wander my way into the lizard-infested areas. These are the Lizardmen, level 53. Oh, look at this. Whoa, look at this. Pierced creatures. Examine fallen soldier that's behind them. And examine Lizardman corpse. So slain during a battle with the Lizardmen, slain during a battle with the Shayzien army. So these guys were both slain next to each other. Look at how cool this place is. This place is kind of dark, and I'm all for it. You know, I've actually, last night I wrapped up playing Resident Evil 2. I'm not a big horror guy. I do enjoy the occasional horror game, but I really am not a big horror guy. But, you know, I wanted to try a horror game with my girlfriend because she had never played a horror game before. So we played the game together, like, you know, like kind of swapping back and forth. And I have to say it was truly a... Oh my god, wait, these are level 75. I have to say it was truly a blast, and I'll probably play 3 and 4 as well. They seem remarkably easy to kill though for level 75. They dropped a Lizardman Fang. Oh, a medium task also completed. Okay. What is a Lizardman Fang? I don't want to keep on fighting these guys. Oh boy. Okay, let me be a bit careful. I can use them on something maybe. Okay, examine. Ripped from the maw of a dying Lizardman of Kourend. Oh boy, where am I going now? Wait, hold on. I can't go up there. Can I? Can I? Oh no, I'm poisoned. Oh no, I'm poisoned. Oh no. Oh no, please don't do this to me again. No, 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 no. No. I need potions. I need to be saved. This place is dangerous. Hold on, there is a bank there. I should go to a bank real quick, maybe. Man, Mount Kinemortum is kind of dangerous. Hold on, where does the game want me to pass through anyway? I guess I can go... I have to go through here, like I just did. But then where do I go? Because there seems to be a surrounding thing that blocks me off. I guess I can wander like... This kind of reminds me of struggling through the swamp area in Mauritania. Alright, so I have these potions, right? They are here. They are called... These are serums, attack potion, anti-poison. Okay, let me just bring 5 anti-potions. And also, do I still have some food that I can bring? I mean, look at this. I have 270 raw lobsters. I guess I should cook them up at some point. I guess I'll bring all the lobsters I have. I will use the anti-poison. Okay, I actually have a lot of it right now. You know what? You can never have too much. Oh, wait. These things also give me poison resistance, apparently. Oh, I thought they would just cleanse, but they're also poison resistant. Oh, that's beautiful. It also says there's supposed to be something called a mountain guide here on the map, but I don't see it. So maybe it's something I have to unlock, and it's not there by default or something? I can't go to the north, can I? I mean, I can go to the north, but I don't think... Actually, can I just pass through those things? And then go up... Do I want to go up there? No, I don't want to go into the Cabos lowlands, right? I want to... Am I overthinking this? It seems much harder to get to than I expected. But let me just ignore the map and just run. Maybe I'm just overthinking this by a lot. Maybe I can walk on many more paths than I think I can walk on. I think that's the case. Yeah, I can just walk through here. Okay, yeah, I was definitely overthinking it, I think. But you know, I'm well prepared, and that is nice. I'll pop an anti-poison just in case they try and poison me. I will not be poisoned. It will not happen. Fortunately, it seems their overall damage is rather low. So, there's Lizardman Lairs down there. I don't want to go into that, I think. There's a bridge here. Oh, look, it's big Frogos. Haven't seen those guys since Lumbridge, I think. Alright, so where are we now? We're passing a bridge into a new area. There's a fairy ring there. Last destination. Alright. I have yet to unlock those as well. Okay, this place seems comfortable again. So it was just that little lizard area. There's the Garden of Death quest, which I haven't yet seen. I guess I need to just go up into the mountains, and then I'm at Mount Kidamortum. A new music track called Ascent, which is what we're doing. Oh, Mountain Trolls. I need to be a bit careful because those guys might be a bit strong. But I think there's just a path that I can follow right here. Wait, actually, is there? I can't go over the water, can I? Can I just climb up there? Will I go down here, back up there? I think that's the case. I don't think I can walk here, can I? No. Okay, so we go down. We just completely ignore these mountain trolls, level 69, that's nice. And then walk up there. I think that is Mount Kidamortum right next to me. There's even a bank there. Chambers of Xeric. Xeric's Talisman, Xeric's Honor. So much Xeric stuff that I don't know anything about. But at least we know who he is because we did some reading. Who is Stuliet? Can I help you today? Can I go for a ride? Of course. Oh, what? Could I've just traveled here? Wait, can I travel all over? Northern Tundras. Okay, we gotta check that out later. But for now, I don't want to teleport away, of course, because I just spent quite some time getting here. So who are we looking for? Was it Nossi? Historian Duffy. Historian Duffy, there he is, beautiful. Hello, are you Duffy? That's me, do you need something? Lord Shayzien told me that you might be able to help with some research I'm doing. I'm rather busy with my own research. Please, it's important. Well, what is it? I'm trying to retrace the steps of an expedition ordered by King Shayzien VII. I believe something important was found on that expedition, but I don't know what. Interesting, so you don't know anything about what they found? I have a quote, which I believe is from someone in the expedition. Lizards on the mountain, do not trust the king. The altar is a lie. Fascinating! We've been researching the lizard creatures here for a while now. We have reason to believe that they are not natural of origin and may in fact have been created by Xeric or his followers. That we also knew. But this quote of yours suggests that lizardmen may have existed during the time of King Shayzien VII, before Xeric's rule. I mean, to be fair, we have learned that King Shayzien VII and Xeric may very well be the same guy. So, will you help me? Yes, this is definitely worth pursuing. In fact, I think I know where we should begin. Where? We recently found a small crevice on the western face of the mountain. It seems to be man-made and appears to be older than the rest of the caves around here. Alright, I will start there. Okay, hold on. So, I spoke to Historian Duffy on Mount Kidamortum. He told me about a cave on the western face of the mountain and suggested that I might find him something of interest there. Okay, so, western face of the mountain will be around here. There's a Kidamortum cave, and I guess that's what I'm looking for right now. So, Can I just walk around like so? This is the Desolate Mage. Is that referencing Xeric? Was Xeric desolate in some way? There's a crevice here to inspect, but can I walk down here? I guess I can't. I'll have to walk all the way around. This to me, like the chambers of Xeric over there, this looks like a raid entrance to me. I don't know if it is, but it has this like grandiose entry feeling that you get in most games when you're looking at raids. Alright, into the crevice we go. Let's climb. This must be the crevice that Duffy mentioned. I'll need a rope to get in. Oh, yeah, the standard rope thing that sometimes is required and sometimes it's not required. So let me go grab a rope. Fortunately, it appears there is a bank just up there. The bank is here. Never mind. Never mind. For some reason, I was looking to go down there, but the bank is just up here. I am an idiot, but that is fine. So we require a rope, which fortunately I have. And now let's go back to the crevice. All right, let's go in. You attach a rope to the crevice and let's enter the crevice. Wow, the lower depths. So when I was thinking of the depths of despair, this is what my mind went to. Wait, I can mine the boulder. Oh, that is kind of cool. You successfully mine through it. Okay. Wow, what an area. Examine crystal. A red crystal. Alright, what are these things on the map though? Oh, another boulder, but this one we can push. We can't mine this one, we can push it. Here we go. Push the boulder. It's gonna hurt some adventurers somewhere. Ah, I was hoping for a big sound effect. That's unfortunate. Is this a big cave? Oh, I guess we can't see the cave. Well, it's fine because it seems there is something over there. What is that? So, there's lots of crystals here. And, oh wait, is that a cutscene? Oh, look at my legs! Not sure if you could see them behind my face, maybe, but... Oh, wait! A corrupt lizard man. This is a boss fight kind of thing. Okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. Just preventative. I don't know if he has poison, but let me drink an anti-venom. And let me just stand here and smack him really hard. He looks kind of cool, though. I quite like his design. We're doing quite well. We haven't lost HP yet. Can we do it without taking damage? Challenge run complete. Oh, come on. Don't take damage. No, we took a singular point of damage. Xeracian fabric? We have 3 Xeracian fabrics. Okay, and can I pass this magic gate? I can. Okay, where am I now? What are these things? What is this really cool place? Inspect the unstable altar. Wait, he said something about the altar being a lie. As you approach the altar, you hear a strange voice. Rickard, turn away! Don't do this! Hello, is anyone there? I wonder what that was about. Oh well, I may as well go and tell historian Duffy what I found. Wait, was this it? Is this what I'm looking for? It's a cool place though. Alright, we're back at Duffy. Hello again. Hello, did you find anything in that cave? I did. There was a weird looking lizard man along with a strange altar. A lizard man? Is it safe? Don't worry, I took care of it. Well, in that case, we'll go take a look. Oh, he's gonna come with me. We're gonna go back in there. Oh wait, do I go back in there again? Following the advice of historian Duffy, I entered the cave on the western side of the Mount Mortem. Inside, I found a lizardman along with a strange altar. I should see if historian Duffy has found anything else. Okay, so I'm supposed to go back in there as well. So I guess I'll need a second rope. Yeah, I don't have the rope anymore. Now I'm glad I seemingly had 2 ropes, because I do need them in order to enter again. Wait, the rope is still here. Never mind. It's still connected. Okay. Well, I didn't need the rope after all. That's fine though. Oh, they're all here. Okay, let's talk to historian Duffy. This cave is quite fascinating. We could really be onto something big here. What have you discovered? We've never come across lizards like the ones in this cave before. It would appear that they are a previously undiscovered species. Interesting. That's nothing. The really interesting part is that these lizards appear to be directly related to the lizardmen that roam this region. So this is where the lizardmen came from? It would appear so. That's not all though. This cave definitely predates Xeric, who we originally believed to be the creator of the lizardmen. So who did create them? Impossible to say for sure, but with what we've already learned about King Shayzien VII, I do wonder if he was the one responsible, which would once again kind of confirm that he is indeed Xeric as well. But if King Shayzien VII did create lizardmen, why did they fight for Xeric? Because they are one and the same. There are some who believe that King Shayzien VII and Xeric were one and the same. They claim that after his death the king was resurrected by his followers, taking on the name Xeric. Anyway, I'm going to carry on my research. I'd recommend you talk to Nossi. She's made some interesting discoveries of her own. Hello, Duffy said you'd found something interesting. The Dark Altar was the key to Xeric's power. Because of it, he was able to rule Kourend unopposed for nearly 100 years. His reign was so dark it became known as the Age of Strife. Once he was finally defeated, Xeric came to Quidamortum and built the Chamber of Xeric deep below the mountain. For many years we've tried to work out how he managed to survive out here without the power of the Dark Altar. Thanks to this cave, I think we found the answer. What is it? This altar, it seems to give off the same power as the Dark Altar. So this altar was how Xeric kept his power after he was defeated? I believe so. But why is it here? It appears to be man-made. I believe this altar was created to amplify the power of the Dark Altar, allowing it to reach areas it previously couldn't. This discovery does bring about an intriguing question though. What is it? The altar here is still giving out power. That means Xeric could have potentially used it to live for hundreds of years after his defeat. It's long been believed that Xeric eventually died here, but what if he didn't? That's a worrying thought. Indeed, I'm going to stay here and continue working. Do you mind heading to the library to let them know what we've discovered? Actually, Lord Shayzien asked me to go to him first with any discoveries. I can see why he would take an interest. Very well, go let him know what we found. Will do, see you later. Alright, let's go back to him. I guess I can just teleport. But I don't want to try the minecart thing, because I guess that might be the easiest way. So let's try and go to Shayzien West. How does this work? Oh, we're just immediately here. And that is fairly close. Okay, beautiful. Oh, so these things... Lovakenji Minecart Network, Shayzien West. So there's also going to be an east somewhere then, which will bring me here. Okay, so we can use these to teleport around. There's so many teleport methods in this area. I feel like at some point, once you've unlocked all of them, you are not going to be walking like at all anymore, or very little at least. Alright, Lord Shayzien, hello. How is your research going, citizen? We've made some important discoveries. Well, we've discovered a small cave on the western face of Quidamortum. It's man-made and it predates the time of Xeric. Inside we found an altar. It seems to be giving off the same power as the Dark Altar. We also discovered a unique lizard species, one that shares many similarities with the lizardman. What does that mean? It seems that this cave was the origin of the lizardman. The fact that it predates Xeric suggests the lizardmen do as well. You believe they were the creation of my ancestor? Hard to say for sure, it would make sense though. How so? From the evidence we have, I believe that King Shayzien VII ordered an expedition to Quidamortum, hoping to discover a suitable species for his lizardman project. Once the expedition found one, he had them killed to keep the discovery a secret. But we don't have proof. Not definitive, but there's a lot of evidence. So you claim. However, you never actually told me where this evidence came from. It started with a parcel delivered to Phileas Rimor. It contained a journal written by King Shayzien VII himself. The journal mentioned creatures on Quidamortum. A parcel? King Shayzien VII's journal was delivered in a parcel. Who sent it? I don't know. Well, you need to find out. Go to Phileas Rimor and retrieve this parcel. I need to see it for myself. So much walking. Fine, I'll go see Phileas. Alright, let's go back to him. I told Lord Shayzien about my discoveries on Mount Quidamortum. He wanted to learn more about the parcel that Phileas Rimor received and asked me to go and retrieve it. Well, will he just part with it though? That easily? Oh, the entire place has been destroyed. I went to the home of Phileas Rimor, but I found the place trashed and Phileas gone. I should tell Lord Shayzien about this. Okay, so someone sent him a parcel, he shared the information, the parcel is gone, he is gone. Who is trying to keep it a secret? So the entire plot really seems to revolve around Shayzien VII, the lizardman, you know, him being Xeric as well, where Elizabeth came from, where his power came from, and I'm really getting into this story. It's really nicely set up, and the thing is, it's kind of difficult to write good stories when they are 5 different stories in any order. Like, you know, you need to make sure that the player doesn't need to know something from the previous quest, but can still get something from the quest by using something from a different quest. So it's kind of difficult to create quests like this when they are non-linear, which I think is quite well done here. Because I feel like we're just getting little bits of the puzzle with every quest that we do. So, do you have the parcel, citizen? I'm afraid not. I went to see Phileas, but his home was trashed and he was gone. Gone? That's not good. What do we do now? I'll open an investigation into this immediately. Hopefully we can find out what happened to Phileas. What about the research? I'm afraid that without the parcel we don't have anything to link King Shayzien VII to your discoveries. However, the rest of your research is still valid. I'll contact the research team on the mountain and make sure their discoveries are documented in the RCS library. Anything I can do? You have done enough for now, citizen. I'll be in touch if we require your assistance again. For now, here is payment for your time. And there we go, that is Tale of the Righteous completed. We're awarded 1 quest point, 8,000 coins and a memoir page. No experience, guys? No experience? Come on. Anything else, citizen? Tell me about yourself. Well, citizen, you are speaking to Lord Shiro Shayzien. I am the ruler of Shayzien and the commander-in-chief of the Shayzien army. How long have you held this position? Since my father passed away 4 years ago, he was a good man who took the defense of Kourend very seriously. I have been working hard to continue his legacy. Anything else I can help you with, citizen? Tell me about Shayzien. Most citizens of Shayzien are part of the Shayzien army in some form or other. We are responsible for defending Kourend against external and internal threats. What are the current threats against Kourend? Externally, we have recently dealing with increased lizardman activity. We have recently been dealing. Isn't it externally we have recently been dealing with increased lizardman activity? Is that a spelling error or am I mistaken here? Someone in the comments help me out. We've also been keeping a close eye on Varlamore to the south, just in case they try anything. Oh, is there tension between Varlamore and Kourend potentially? I mean, it makes sense, they lost their important document. Internally, we have seen a rise in gang crime across the kingdom. It seems to be especially prevalent in Port Pisarilius, of course referencing the Queen of Thieves. How do you tackle these issues? By doing what we do best, citizen. There's no threat that can't be defeated by a Shayzien soldier with a sword in their hand. Anything else I can help you with? Tell me about your plans. Our war plans? I'm afraid that is most confidential. What I can tell you is that our main focus right now is the lizardman threat. We've moved a great number of troops into the Kibos lowlands to combat the issue. Is that going well? Absolutely. We've pushed the lizardmen back to the point where we're finally able to allow citizens such as yourself into the region. Anything else I can help you with? Goodbye. Okay. Farewell, citizen. And farewell to you guys as well, because this marks the end of the video. So for the next 2 quests, we will be doing the Forsaken Tower first. This will be the next video. And then the Ascent of Arceus will be the final video in this chain. Now, unfortunately, I haven't really been able to find too much time yet to be pushing into these levels. I've done a bit of woodcutting. I'm up to almost 46, so we're getting kind of close to the woodcutting requirement. But a herb lore, thieving, and agility stuff is quite far away, so I might... Unless I can find some time, I might have to leave this one for a bit later, but I'll come back to that, of course, after we finish up the final quest in this list, which will be the Ascent of Arceus. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye, guys.